Okay, so I would have showed this documents to you guys, this paper to you, the full paper, but if I flip the paper, you see so many things that I don't want you guys to see. Now, on this paper that I nearly showed you guys, it contains a 5-year plan, or the title of that paper is a 5-year plan. Now, what is the point of this particular paper? Basically, it's my 5-year goal, okay? And I know it's a bit rare to set 5-year goals, but I have a 5-year goal. I have a 5-year plan, and that is what I'm going to be telling you guys in this video. The title of this video was going to be how I achieved so many things, or how I achieved a lot in 5 months after coming to America, but it would have sounded a bit cocky and all that. So I'm going to caption it, come to America with a plan, because truth be told, most of us came here without plans, or most of us are coming here without plans, and that is the worst thing you'd ever do to yourself. Because if you're a Christian, even the enemy plans, okay? The enemy has plans for people. He has a plan for you. He has a plan that when you get to this level, he's going to do this to you. He has a plan that when you get to that level, he's going to do that to you. So you as a human being should have a plan in this world. When you have that plan, the reason why you should have a plan is that when you have that 5 years plan, you can break it down to 1 year or a yearly plan. So let's say you have a 5-year goal of probably getting married. Let's use marriage, right? So in 5 years, you want to get married. Now, when you have that goal of getting married in 5 years, you can now break it down into years. Okay, I've given myself the first 2 years. I need to find a partner, a qualifying partner. And in that 2 years, you break it down. In the first 2 years, I need to talk to her about this. We need to learn this. We need to learn that. So you break those goals down to the point of it's becoming an hourly plan, which would lead to your goals. Do you get it? Let's say you have a 5-year plan of becoming a lawyer or a doctor. You can break those yearly goals or that 5-year goals into years, and then into months, and into days, and then into hours, which would influence your daily activities. So when you see people living certain lifestyle, you could tell that you do not have any plans with their life, because when you have a 5-year goal, you'd be able to break it down to a year. Okay, this is my 5-year goal. So every year, this is what I'm going to be doing. That will lead towards my 5-year goals. And in that year, every month, I'm going to do this. That will lead towards my 1-year goal, which will lead towards that 5-year goal. To the point that every single thing that you do in an hour or in a day leads or would amount or would count towards your 5-year goals. You understand? So I'm going to be telling you guys 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 or 7 plans that you should have before coming to the US. And I'm telling you, you would not regret. This is a video that you shouldn't be doing something else. I want you to put this video on the full screen, like just stop everything that you are doing and just listening to every single thing I'm saying, because it has helped me, and I feel like most people are making this mistake and it can be avoided. So without further ado, the first plan that most of you ignore is like you just think that magic would appear from nowhere, which most people would hate me for this, is come to the US with a plan for your school fees. I'm telling you that you will be very miserable if you don't know how to pay your school fees. It's not like when you get here, some magic would happen. I know most of us live in fantasies. We think some magic would happen for us to, raise $10,000 a semester. Some magic would happen. There's no magic here, bro. People over here are even struggling to raise their money. So come to the US with a plan to pay your school fees. Be sure, have 3 or 4 different sources where you know that in case the first one fails, the second one would work. In case the second one fails, the third one would work. Oh, I'm coming to the US. By God's grace, I got my visa. We thank God. Now, how am I going to pay the fees that I told the school that I would be able to pay? Except your parents are rich, except your uncles are rich, you can actually pay that. But if not, have that plan. So the first plan that you would want to have is a plan to pay your school fees. Either you have a full scholarship or you probably would get a loan. So have that plan at the back of your mind, to the point where you know that if all my plans, if all my targets, everything fails, this particular plan would have to work. Or maybe when I come here and I'm using the undergraduate, because I can't pay the fees, I'll quickly transfer to a community college where I'll be able to pay the fees. Okay, I have an uncle who lives in the US. Oh, I have a family member who is willing to guarantee for me. That way, when you get here, you don't get stranded. Because the most terrifying experience that I went through, the most painful experience that I went through since I came to the US was when my school asked me to leave the campus in 24 hours if I cannot raise $11,000 under 24 hours, because I owed that amount in a semester. So they asked me to pack my things and leave, and then I was very depressed. You wouldn't want to be in that situation. It's a terrible situation. So come here with a plan to pay your school fees. Find sources that you know that would help you pay your fees. The second plan that you would want to have is a plan for a job. The ultimate goal to coming to the US is to probably graduate, get a job, and then all those things. So have a plan with it. Don't just come here with a plan of I just want to live in the country. Ghana is hard, I'm just coming to America. Because when you have a plan to get a job, it will influence the kind of program that you read. When you come here and you want to get a proper paying job, you wouldn't come here and be reading psychology and sociology and all those. I'm not saying those courses are bad, please. It's just an example that I'm giving. You wouldn't come here and be reading those generic courses that you can basically watch videos online. Communication studies, public relations, those courses. When you come here with a plan for a job, you come here and be reading courses that that are in the market needs. Like the job market in the US needs it. Health courses, it's always a go-to. Health and IT. Every time, make sure that you have an IT program attached to your course. And the interesting thing about the US is you can do any course and then add a minor. So I am having a double major in political science and pre-law and a minor in computer science, right? So that way, if I don't use my law degree, I can use my computer science degree, right? So always make sure that you have like an IT or a health program attached to your program, because you have a STEM degree attached to your liberal arts degree, right? When you get a job in the STEM field, you get an OPT of 3 years. But then when you get a job in the liberal arts courses side, you get an OPT of just 1 year. So you should just make the judgment for yourself. So come here with a plan to get a job. Maybe you want to get into this field. So this is the program that I'm going to read. These are the courses I'm going to read. These are the YouTube videos that I'm going to be watching with regards to leveling up or building my skills in that particular field. And that way, you become a hot cake in the job field. Speaking of the job field, one thing that would help you secure jobs faster, quicker in the US is networking. Please, if you're a shy person, please don't. When you come here, shyness would just vanish by some way, somehow. You just stop being shy, because you can't be shy in America, right? You can't be shy in America. Something happened just this morning. It's 1:13, and it happened around 10 a.m. before filming this video. So there was an issue with my bills, my school bills, account bills, and they've charged me for something that they were not supposed to. The old me would have been shy-ish. I'm shy to go and confront them. I'm shy-ish. What will happen? I went to the office and I wasn't shy. I just went in and I'm like, I just realized that you guys have this thing on my portal, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Papa, and they corrected it. Imagine me being shy, me being timid, it's not, I would have paid that money, huge amount of dollars, so I would have paid it, right? So put shyness aside, network with everyone, be friends with everyone, or except they don't want to talk to you. Like some people will genuinely show disinterest in you, like they just don't want to talk to you. Those people, ignore them. Not everyone would like you, by the way. So when you see people, you see them doing well, go on LinkedIn, network with them, raise conversations with them. Always start a conversation with like a question, like a very interesting question that would lead them to talking a lot. So let's say I meet someone in an elevator and he's a lawyer, he's in his suit. Maybe I'm a shy person, I don't want to be doing the talking. I'll just greet him, hey, how you doing? My name is Sam, what's your name? Oh, my name is Vince or something. Hey, what you doing? I see that you are wearing this, blah, blah, blah. What do you, I'm into the law field, I'm a lawyer. Wow, it must be very tiring. So how does a day in your life looks like? And then he will start narrating his long story. And through those kind of stories, you get one particular thing you can ask. You can stand out and then ask again and keep on asking. That is how you build network. And then you get your social media handles and then continue networking, because jobs here require networking. You would apply to so many jobs, get refused, but then when you know someone in that company from probably LinkedIn or something, it's easier to probably get a job. So that is it. Have a plan to get a job. The next thing, which is very important to most people, is have a job for your permanent residency or have a plan to stay here. So if you want to stay here, have a plan for it. If you don't want to, then that's a different case. So if your plan is to probably get a marriage, whatever, marry a US citizen and then stay here, fine. If your plan is to probably study hard, get good grades, get a great job, and then the company will sponsor you to, fine, have a plan. What I'm saying is that have a plan for your immigration purposes. If your plan is to probably get a very good degree here, go back home and then get a high paying job to have a plan for that. But aside that, you can have a plan to be here, maybe work for a church can probably file for you, religious and green card, whatever. So have a plan for your immigration or your migration or your whatever. Okay, but don't go and tell the visa officer that this is your plan. Okay, exactly. The next thing is have a plan for your finances. One thing that I'm so grateful to God for is that since I came to the US, I've never ever have to beg for money from anyone. Never. No one has ever asked or said that some charles came to ask me for money. And it's huge for me because it's almost impossible in America to come here and not go broke. I mean, I've been broke so many times, but then I've never asked for help from someone financially, because the kind of disrespect that comes with asking for money from people is crazy. So come here with a plan for your finances. Maybe you have a skill back home, you don't want to get stranded in the US. How about this? I'm going to leverage on this particular skill that I have, so when I come here financially, I know that I am not struggling. When I come here, I know that my family might probably distract me with, send this, send that, send this, send that. In that case, I am going to let them start a business. I am going to tell them that, I'm in America, I'm building my future, I'm building my life. You guys are a distraction to me. So this is it. This is $200. Start a business with it. For the next 5 years, no one should distract me. My friend Abba said something that she had a business in Ghana. She had a bakery business in Ghana. And she said when she was coming, she left the business for her family and told them that this is the business that you guys should live on. Don't disturb me when I come to the US. And then she closed that part, because your family can drain you. Imagine they having to call you every week for this, having to call you every week for that, when you could have just helped them start something that would eventually go for them to harvest it and all those things. In the second phase, you can actually hold them accountable if they are not making money from it. You are like, you guys, I gave you a business, so how come you are still asking me for money and all that? So have a plan for your finances. When you come to America, the last thing that should ever happen to you is to not have a savings account or to go broke. Have about 3 or 4 different accounts. All my friends, the friends around me, I told them before they left Ghana, open a bank account in Ghana, open about 2 different bank accounts in Ghana. When you come to the US, have a savings account. When you open your bank account, have a bank that has a savings and a current account. So have these 2 things, and then have a separate savings account which is like has a high yield interest and all those things. So always be saving. Like, don't be spending on these. When you see people using the latest iPhone, don't worry. Yesterday I posted a fake screenshot on my WhatsApp of an iPhone 16 order that someone made and sent it to me, and I was like, let me just post it so people think that I bought it. And you could see my DMs were just flooding. Yo, bro, I mean, very soon I'll be buying it very soon. Bro, actually, some people were getting jealous and all that, but they don't know that it's actually not my phone. It's like a fixed setting. It's not even mine. Besides, if you want to buy an iPhone 16 in America, you can finance it, right? So have a plan where your finances wouldn't be drained by your families, your friends, and all those things, and make sure that you are building your money here, because America has a lot of money when you use the right ways and the right means. And the right way and the right means is to actually leverage on your skills. So look at yourself. Do you have a skill that you have in Ghana? Maybe your skill is graphic designing. Okay, spend time investing into that graphic designing. When you come to America, make it a side hustle. You can take 2 hours a day to just make money from that side hustle, and then if you have your job, it will also be making money. Never come to America without a skill that is paying you. Never come here without a skill that pays you. The next thing I have on my list is a plan for extracurricular activities, right? So I'm a very involving person. Okay, I'm involved in so many things in my school. I'm an RA, residence assistant. I've said it earlier on. I'm part of the student government, what you guys call the SLC, right? And I'm also part of the intervarsity Christian group. I'm also part of the Pigamamu, whatever, that's how we pronounce it, PGMU, right? So it's a political science event, blah blah. So I'm part of so many organizations, and the reason why you would want to get involved is some of you might continue to law school, some of you might continue with your MBA, some of you might continue with medicine school, or how they call it, and you would want to have a lot of extracurricular activities. Colleges don't want to pick people who are boring. Okay, imagine they see your resume with 3.0 GPA or 3.5 and 0 extracurricular activities, but then they see someone with a 3.5 highly involved in volunteering opportunities, involved in this, involved in that. They'll be like, wow, that is a lively student, let's pick this one over the smartest one, the smart one, right? Because when you come to the school would be alive, would benefit from so many things. So always come here with a plan for extracurricular activities. Maybe you would join a church. Okay, you research about organizations in my school before I even get here. Before I even came to America, I had even learned about the student government here. Before I even left Ghana 3 months before coming here, I had learned about them, asked my questions in Ghana, planned everything. So when I came here, exactly 1 month, I became a freshman senator. A freshman senator is like a first year prefect for like all. Imagine in a typical white school, like American school, and me coming from Africa to just become a president of the first year's Do you know how difficult it was? 11 contestants and I won. It's very difficult, right? But I still came here with a plan and then I did it. So yeah, come here with a plan for extracurricular activities and all that. I wanted to add the last thing, but I think I've already mentioned it, which is related to the course or the job. So a plan for your course. I would always advise people to have a double major, okay? A major and a minor, right? So when you are coming here, let's say with an undergraduate degree in computer science, make sure that you add another course, maybe finance or business management to it. Like have that double major vibes, okay, so that it enriches your resume and it makes your grades look very good and all those things. And also do not play with your first year. When you come here, your first year is your golden age. You make sure that you get a 4.0 GPA. I misbehaved in my first year and I paid for it dearly, so you wouldn't want to make that mistake. So without further ado, that is what I have for you guys. Without any other, whatever you guys call it, I don't really have much to tell you guys apart from all these things. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I believe in you guys so much, because if me from nothing, like zero, when I say zero I mean zero, has been able to make it here, then everyone can actually make it. So don't let anything discourage you. If schools are refusing you, they are just not the schools for you. If you refuse the visa, you probably did something wrong, and if you figure it out and you identify why you were refused, you definitely get your visa approved. Thank you guys so much for 30,400 subscribers, and you can schedule a one-on-one consultation with me with a link in my description. You can also get my American ebook, get my visa prep, which is free, or it's in my description. You can buy my book from Perez bookshop, my book on rejection, bitterness and disappointment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If there's something you would want me to talk about, address, or explain into details, also just put it in the comment section. Send me a DM on Instagram, Sam Charles or Charles Sam. The account is verified, it's easy to see it, and then if I don't reply on time, I've probably seen it because I see your messages. Thank you guys. Peace out.